I'm just calling it fummus because false hummus. guys, welcome to Wild Hope Homestead. It's been nice to have the sun back again. It's been a quieter week this week. I had a new symptom of pain develop, so I've had to have blood tests and things this week. Thankfully, so far it looks like the results are okay. Things that I had to get done before I can see a specialist about the acid reflux and whatever else is going on. That's just kind of stink when I was starting to feel a bit better. But I'm feeling better now than I was earlier in the week, so that's good. I've continued doing food things, keeping up with my food supply. And I made some flatbreads. At least I'm starting to be able to eat a little bit of food that's not like super soft and mushy. So I made some gluten-free flatbreads, and I've made some hummus. Well, I'm just calling it fummus because false hummus. It doesn't have lemon juice or garlic in it. So it's got, well, I was just going to cook some chickpeas to soften them up a bit, like the way I do with beans, and then I thought I'd better whiz them up because the skins can be a little bit firmer. And then I was like, why don't I try and make a hummus sort of thing? I'd already put a few things in the pot with the chickpeas, so I had some water in there, some salt, some dried celery leaf, some dried oregano, and a little bit of avocado, just a little bit of avocado oil, and some ginger. I thought I'd put some ginger in. I'm kind of using ginger as like I guess a pepper substitute since I can't have pepper, just to give it that little bit of heat. Not really heat, but just that little bit of extra something. So I did that, and then we had tahini in the fridge. So I whizzed up the chickpea mixture with tahini, added some more water, and then added a little bit of fresh parsley leaf, and it's nice. It's not quite like hummus really should be, but it's pretty good considering. So now I can have that on my flatbreads, or just put it in or on top of meals. And to add a bit more protein and something soft. We're continuing to do a little bit more scraping of the trim in the hallway now. I actually have a minor procedure next week on Tuesday, which is completely unrelated to the acid reflux thing. Steve will be home at least for a chunk of time while I'm recovering from that, and hopefully it won't be too big of a thing, but I'm not sure how much I'll be doing next week, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah. Whoa. Wait. What am I putting in my tail?